Knowing you have a fiancé visa interview coming up is stressful, rightfully so. Approvable and even strong cases can be denied at the K1 interview stage if the interview does not go well. Here are 10 tips that will help you ace your fiancé visa interview so it is more likely that your fiancé visa can be approved. Number 1. The number one thing that you can do to make sure you do well at your K1 visa interview is to know your fiancé very well. You should know about his previous marriages and any criminal matters. You should also know all about his current situation in detail. The type of job he has, where he works, where he lives, his family members, does he have children, etc. Spend time learning all of these things during your conversations with your fiancé during the months leading up to your interview. We know that these topics may not be romantic, but you definitely will be happy that you know this information on the interview day. Number 2. Talk to your fiancé and review the facts surrounding your relationship prior to the interview. Be able to explain the relationship in detail, how you met, when the relationship became serious, when you were formally engaged, and what attracts you about your fiancé. Also be ready to explain what you and your fiancé have in common. Is it your faith? Do you really enjoy doing something together? Be ready to explain the things you have in common and why you love each other. Number 3. Bring documentation to prove the validity of your relationship to your interview. If your fiancé sends you money, bring proof to the interview. Also bring pictures and other documents proving that you've spent time together. We would suggest you prepare a photo album with photos showing trips and events you've been at together. As they say, a picture is worth 1,000 words. Your photos really can convey your love story to the interviewer. This will definitely help your case. Do not merely bring your phone and expect to show photos from your phone to the interviewer. The interviewer may not allow you to do this. It is much better to bring printed photos in an album to your interview. The album itself does not need to be fancy. Number 4. You should also review any and all paperwork which was filed in your case prior to going into your interview. Look at the questions and answers on every form. You want to be able to bring to the attention of the immigration officer any mistakes in the paperwork. If you discover mistakes in your paperwork, you should consult with an attorney on how to handle the situation before the interview. You will also review the paperwork in order to know what the immigration officer knows about your case. The paperwork you filed will be the minimum the officer will know about your case. There's a good chance that the officer will have reviewed your immigration history, social media accounts of both you and your fiancé, and other things prior to the interview. Number 5. Bring all the paperwork that the embassy requests you to bring to the interview. This also includes your entire K1 package and supporting documents that you have filed during the case. Bring more documents than you think are necessary. You do not want problems to occur in your case simply because you left a document at home. If you are unsure as to whether to bring the document, bring it. It is better to have the document on hand and not need it than to need the document and not have it. Number 6. Never lie or mislead the immigration officer at your interview. Tell the truth. Lying can have long-lasting and very severe consequences in your case. If you do not know an answer, it is fine to simply say you do not know. Number 7. Never argue with the immigration officer handling your interview. Always stay calm. In the history of fiancé visa interviews, I do not think arguing has ever improved the chances of a fiancé obtaining a fiancé visa. Number 8. Only answer the question that the officer has asked you. We understand that you will likely be nervous and want to fill in silent times by adding things that you think could help your case. Resist this temptation. Do not go off on tangents about things you think the immigration officer needs to know. The officer will ask you what he needs to know. Number 9. Stay calm and carry on. Just wanted to make sure that you were paying attention. Seriously though, do not appear nervous. Be calm, cool, and collected. The officer is watching your body language as well as hearing your answers. Your body language will betray you if you are trying to lie to the officer. Remember, the entire interview is likely to last only 15 to 30 minutes. It could be even shorter if the immigration officer is satisfied with the file and the interview. Number 10. Do not, under any circumstances, open the thick sealed envelope that you receive at the end of your interview. Doing so can have very severe consequences, including having your fiancé visa revoked and you being denied entry into the United States. You will receive instructions on how to handle the envelope. Make sure to follow them. If you found this video helpful, please give us a like and please subscribe to our channel. Also, feel free to email us about your immigration case. You can contact us at attorneygruner@gmail.com. Our email correspondence is free and confidential. We would be happy to answer your questions. This video is for educational purposes only and should not be relied on for legal advice. Although we are attorneys, we are not your attorney. always consult with an attorney prior to filing paperwork with USCIS.